What's up, guys? Welcome to Season 3, episode I Know About You, but I'm feeling 22 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is a man who never gets sick of that bit, Jmack Gaming.
22! Oh, man! Welcome to Monday Night Raw, the show of the week, Chad.
Ooh, the show of the week, you say?
Did last week it was? No, actually, SmackDown was the show of the week last week. This one has a shot to be an all-timer because it is main evented by yours truly, Chad Collier. Okay.
Oh, Chad Collier's in the main event? Hell yeah, he is.
What the fuck?
Rat boy is going to put out a 5-star clinic. Listen, okay, you know, I mean, obviously Nitro is going to have the best show of the week, but at least if something happened, if a fluke happened, if a miracle happened and you squeaked one out this week, at least it's going to be solely because Chad Collier was in the main event.
All right, let's get into it. Chad, we start off the pre-show with a nice little match right here. CM Punk, your World Tag Team Champion, taking on Joey Matthews, a good friend in real life. I think CM Punk defeats him in 14:36 with an arm triangle choke. Joey Matthews, former Tag Team Champion in this universe as well.
Yes.
A long time. I think the longest reigning Tag Team Champion with the Sultanas Firehouse.
Look at him now.
Look at him now. Kishi not doing anything, and Joey Matthews even doing less.
Right.
And then this happened too, Chad. Ace Steel defeating Nick Gage in 12:45 with a steel spike.
Yeah, Nick Gage, former GCW World Champion in his own right.
And Ace Steel Tag Team Champion.
And look at him now.
On the pre-show. But we start off Monday Night Raw with Vince calling out Triple H and Sean Stasiak and the Future Shock. And he says there's been too much too much shenanigans going around in the WWF right now. He wants SummerSlam to be the show of the year. In a different universe, WCW would be dead in 2001. But in this universe, they're not. Even though they are struggling. They haven't beaten WWF in a pay-per-view since Starrcade. Maybe before that. It's been 8 months since they've beaten us, and he's not going to let SummerSlam be the first time that this happens. He doesn't want to risk an injury. He's tired of these guys fighting every week backstage, in the ring, in the parking lot, at home, in the market. It doesn't matter where they fight. He wants them to stop it, so he's suspending all 5 of these men.
Oh, wow.
If any of them touch one another, they will be fired on the spot. They can touch, Future Shock and they're a stablemate, so they can high five each other and whatever. But Vince wants no malicious intent against one another. If that happens, they will be fired and let go, and they can go struggle in WCW where they won't win a single week of the Monday Night Wars.
Come to Papa. Touch each other.
Wow, what do you think? How do you feel about these guys being suspended?
So Future Shock just walk into the locker room and beat the piss out of someone in catering. Do they get fired?
No, they're not allowed to touch these guys.
They can only not beat up. Okay.
Actually, no, they're not allowed to fight anyone. You're right. That makes sense. You can't let them go back there and just F5 Carlito and Primo.
Yeah, take out their aggressions.
Well, speaking of taking out their aggressions, Sean Daivari and Tom Pritchard make their way down to the ring. Sean Daivari clearly enjoying the freedom to go off script and performed well. He almost did as well as Billy Kidman.
Interesting.
He's in action tonight, Chad. He's taking on Steve Blackman, and they have pretty good chemistry. It's still got a 37 because this game doesn't like jobbers, but regardless,
Right.
Sean Daivari gets in.
Steve Blackman.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with him. He's just there to take losses and look good. Yeah. Donald Trump is here, Chad.
Oh. Wow. What does he have to say?
He's hyping up SummerSlam. It's going to be the biggest party of the summer.
All the celebrities are here?
It's gonna be huge.
Huge. It's gonna be huge.
Donald Trump is here supporting SummerSlam, Chad. He worked the crowd well.
Oh, that's good. Moving on.
Edge and Christian are warming up backstage. They have a huge main event tonight. Rat Boys, Edge and Christian, the rematch. The rematch for the #1 contendership. PJ Black is backstage and he's confronted by Dean Malenko. And Dean Malenko says, "Hey, PJ, you son of a bitch, look at me. Stop smirking. Stop smiling. Stop laughing. You may have gotten one up on me at No Mercy, but that was because I was still hurt. I'm still battered. I'm still bruised. But at SummerSlam, I'm cashing in my rematch clause, and at that point, I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna be in tip-top shape. And PJ Black, I'm gonna beat the piss out of you and wipe that stupid dumb bleep and smirk off your face." They had to bleep out Dean Malenko, Chad.
Oh man.
What do you? He was this. Fire me, you fucking Mark. He said. Kana and Miko Sonomura take on one another here, Chad, in a women's showcase match. And Kana once again gets another win in 7:37. We're trying to build up Kana so she looks formidable in her women's title match at SummerSlam. And I just want to get the women's division even more involved. They're not over, and that's very difficult to have good matches because you know the game. Pre-show workers. Yeah. And I want the women's title to be on the main show instead of always fucking being on the pre-show, the pay-per-views. I think that's lame. I think that's boring. And I want them to be good enough to wrestle on the pre-show or the main show. Isn't that right, Chad?
That's 100% correct.
Ooh, here they come. The kings of the mountain, Chad, Teddy Hart, Jimmy Jacobs, Frankie Kazarian. They're pissed off. They want to fight tonight. You know, they're tired of not doing anything. So Teddy Hart is demanding someone come out and fight him. Fight me right now. And Chad, who comes out? But none other than a man that was just involved in a trade. He got traded to New Japan a couple weeks ago.
Oh, no!
And New Japan made a deal with me and traded him to me. So everybody, please welcome Mike Awesome.
Oh, boo!
Mike Awesome.
Oh, this is not awesome.
This is great. Mike Awesome comes in at 9:43 and hits the Awesome Bomb on Teddy Hart. Gets a 64 and wins the match. We see Jushin Liger and Devin Storm go one-on-one, and Jushin Liger defeats him in 15-12 with a Shote. Jushin Liger getting back.
Reevaluate our alliance over here.
Getting back in the win column here. And then after the match, Kurt Angle, Mike Henry, they do their thing. And they beat down Jushin Liger. Angle hits Angle hits an angle slam. Henry hits the world's strongest slam, and Kurt Angle steps on poor Jushin Liger, and he says he wants a real fight at SummerSlam. He's demanding a real match against who? Against who? Who knows? But Kurt Angle wants a fight at SummerSlam, Chad.
Interesting.
Speaking of fight, Alex Wright, who had an upset win against The Rock last week, takes on Bryan Danielson in a 90. Alex Wright defeats Bryan Danielson in 1916 with an STF. A dominant performance for Alex Wright. He got a 91. Danielson, 82. Danielson might not be over, but that man can F and go.
That man can wrestle.
That man can wrestle. And when I have the time to put over Danielson, he's going to be a dominant world champion. He's not there yet. He's just not there yet. He's not. He doesn't have that physique like Brock Lesnar does to make it look believable that he's just going to come in and immediately kill everyone. He'll get there. He'll get there, Chen. Don't worry, everyone watching. Bryan Danielson will be a future world champion. Just not yet.
I'm not worried.
but maybe on WCW. Who knows?
Maybe.
No, it won't happen. Big win for Alex, right? And then after the fact, he just laughs in Danielson's face, and then he laughs about The Rock. He says he beat The Rock, and he'll do it again. That slap, that match at No Mercy was a fluke. And then he said he walked in last week at Monday Night Raw and proved to everyone how dominant he is. And he threatens the Raw locker room because he pulls out a picture of his father. He says, "Look at what I did to him. I could do it to you too.
I took out my own dad. You don't think
I
take you
killed
out?
my own father. I can kill any one of you backstage." And we move on. Hey, the Future Shock boys, they're pretty stoked. They're like, all right, bet. They're packing their bags. They're getting out of here. They're like, I don't have to be here any longer. Fuck it. You mean I don't have to take a bump? Fuck. Cool. I'm not doing the power bomb in a house show. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Big Rig Fig and Chad, they're getting ready, buddy. It's the main event. Can they get the it's not even an upset. Can they get the win? Will they move on to SummerSlam?
Of course we will. What kind of question is that? We will do what we do anytime we come down the ring, and that is Chad the Rat Boy will win. As long as Big Rig Fig just does what he's supposed to do. Oh! Justin, go ahead. Take it away.
And about that, great wrestling and good heat. The Rat Boys defeat Edge and Christian in 1836 when Chad taps out Christian Cage once again by blatantly cheating.
It's hard to be this damn good in the ring. We are the champions, my friend.
Yeah, hell of a match. Fig is shite in the ring. 58. Everyone else, 90 or above. So everyone's good. Fig, you really need to step it up. And Chad notices it during this matchup, but he still wins in 1836.
Did I say pick your shit up? Pick your shit up.
After the match, though, Punk and Steel come out and they lay out the Rat Boys. They hit him with they hit him with chairs, Chad. They take out Rat Boys with chairs, and then
Police.
And then Punk or Steel puts Edge and Christian both on the announcement table, and CM Punk elbow drops him from the top rope in the ring through the announcement table, putting him through a table. They lay out all four men with chairs and tables to end the show. In 88, a weaker show, Chad. But
Hey, this is a good sign for us.
I think the telltale sign is if I put Chad in the main event, our show goes down.
That's not true. What happened is you also put Big Rig Fig in the ring, and that's what happened.
All right, so I'll put Chad Collier and Edge next week in a one-on-one match.
Good. Yeah, good. You got this gonna get 100.
We'll see you for Night Show. Chad, I left the door open for you, but Raw's not the one you got to worry about. SmackDown has been on fire lately. We'll see you for Monday Night Nitro.
And we are here at Nitro, Justin. We gotta beat an 88? I think we'll do it.
I can be your hero, baby.
All right.
I can do the next lines of the song.
True.
You take my breath away.
Take my breath away.
I got a text yesterday asking where I was, Chad.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a text that said, dying to hear one last time, what would Justin McKenzie do?
Who messaged you that?
I got one of my friends.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, hey, sick invite, brother. It was 11 o'clock and they closed at 12, right?
Oh, good. Right on.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, they close at midnight. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the show.
Why are you asking me?
Because you worked there, jerk off.
Hey, look at this segment. Shawn Michaels comes down to the ring, and he's talking about, he's like, I don't have an opponent for Barely Legal yet. It's something that probably should have been decided last week, but it's, I beat Hulk Hogan, so, maybe it's not him, but whoever it is, I would like our new majority shareholder, Billy Kidman, please come out to the ring. Kidman comes out. He says, Yeah, don't worry. I already have a solution to this. All right, I have the perfect opponent for you. And then Hulk Hogan comes out, and Hulk Hogan, he demands. He says, you know what, brother? That was the first time
brother.
Brother, Jack, dude, brother. That was the first time I wrestled in months, brother, and I had to work out the cobwebs. And I don't make any excuses for myself, brother, but I want one more shot. And how about this, Kidman? How about this? Give me a shot. And if I win tonight, then I want my rematch against Shawn Michaels, brother. But I want it to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Kidman, he says, you know what? I will announce what's going to happen, but before I announce, I have an even bigger announcement. You see, I mentioned last week about my private financial partner, my business partner. Well, let me tell you what. I was gonna hold off, keep him behind the scenes, but he was so excited about about us taking control of WCW. He just had to come out and say hello to everyone and make his presence known. So everybody, without further ado, please, the man who made this all happen, my business partner.
Money, 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 money.
Oh, and it's Ted DiBiase. And he comes out to the ring and he says, everybody has a price, including Ted Turner and WCW. So that's why me and Billy Kidman, we now run the show. But enough about me. Billy, you said you had an announcement you wanted to make. And Billy says, yeah, correct. Tonight's main event is going to be Hulk Hogan, since you want to wrestle for a number one contendership. You're going to take on the Icon Sting. And the winner of that match faces Shawn Michaels at Barely Legal for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Justin, what a main event.
I think it's cool to see how far the save has come for WWF. And the main eventing stars on Raw, from the start of the save to now, have changed. You look at Nitro, and our main event tonight is Hulk Hogan and Sting. And it was probably the main event of our first pay-per-view in the save. So that's crazy.
Listen. Shawn Michaels is our world champion.
I'm still running Austin takers, so don't worry.
Right.
But
alrighty, now Stevie Richards versus Chris Benoit is how we open the show, and about that good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Chris Benoit defeats Stevie Richards with a diving headbutt.
that's a pretty good match right there. I mean, it could have done better, but it was a quick match, so it was as good as it was gonna get.
A little match. Move on to and then Tommy Dreamer shows up, and he's got his rookie next to him, of course. And Dreamer, he says, Benoit, it's very fitting that Barely Legal, the show that came from my first love, ECW, is the show that I challenge you for that United States Championship. ECW's gone, and no one's had a harder time getting rid of the past than me. Right? I feel bad, Chris, because I left ECW quicker than I wanted to. It was my first big contract, my first big money offer, and I went there, and I regretted it immediately. I wished I could have finished out ECW the way I would have wanted to go, but that's the past. But I've had such a hard time letting go, and I think at Barely Legal, beating you and winning that United States Championship, I'll be able to finally put the ECW chapter of my life behind me. So Benoit, trust me when I say I'm dreaming big at Barely Legal, so I won't lose.
Yes, Chad, I did go back to look at the highlight tapes, and Starrcade 97, our first pay-per-view, it was Hogan and Sting to main event.
Nice.
Mine was Shawn Michaels Shamrock. So
nice. Michaels and Shamrock.
All four of these men are now on WCW, which is crazy.
Yes. All right, we are backstage, and the FBI are eating pasta, and they are jumped, Justin, by the Paul Heyman guys. What is this about?
Why are they eating pasta? Pizza, pasta, ah!
All right. And we've got Minami Toyota versus Jazz, and in about that had decent wrestling, but not as in the crowd heat. Toyota defeated Jazz with an Ocean Queen Bee bomb.
Yeah, they have pretty good chemistry, and it lifted the match. But also, you're dealing with the shit I have to deal with, pre-show workers. Again, how many
pre-show worker?
She's not over in
Pay her
America.
lots of money.
She's not over.
Lots of money.
That doesn't matter. You pay Monty Brown a lot of money too, and he's shit.
That's true. Maybe we'll see him in a match. Sting is here in the rafters once again, and he says, Starrcade, 1997. I main evented.
Show of the year.
I main evented the world title, Sting versus Hulk Hogan. I lost. Right? He lost, right? I'm pretty sure he lost.
He lost,
I
yes.
lost. Starrcade, 1998. Sting versus Randy Savage. World Heavyweight Championship on the line. I won. Starrcade, 1999. Sting versus Goldberg. I won. Oh, no, I lost. The point is, for years and years and years, I have been the measuring stick of this company. I have been the epitome of success. I've been the icon. And everyone's asking, when is Sting going to move over and let the young guys shine? When is Sting going to lose a step? Well, listen, if any of you guys want to take my spot, step up and try to take it. Step up and try to wrestle Sting. The reason why this company puts their confidence in me is because I'm damn good at professional wrestling. I have been my entire career. And now in the main event tonight, me and Hulk Hogan do it one more time. Hogan, Sting, and I will beat Hulk Hogan. Then I will go on to Barely Legal to wrestle Shawn Michaels for the first time ever. Some are calling it a dream match, and they'd be right. And I'm going to show the showstopper what happens when the showstopper wrestles the icon. I'm going to beat him and take his championship, and I'm going to become WCW World Heavyweight Champion and show why this is my house.
How did you remember all those Starrcade matches, but you can't remember yesterday?
I booked them, silly.
Yeah.
I'm more surprised that I booked Sting for 3 world title matches for Starrcade.
Well, I haven't double checked 2000 yet, but you were right on the money with 1998.
All right. And in a decent match, Bubba Ray Dudley defeated Monty Brown with a power bomb. Justin, look at this, Monty Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here.
He got
We pay him lots of money too.
He got a 44.
Oh, he sucks. After the match, Bubba Ray's celebrating. And Big Daddy V attacks him, Justin. Takes him out.
Sting in 1999 lost to RVD for the U.S. belt. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So you got the 2 farthest ones away, but the recent one you didn't get right.
Didn't get right. And an exceptional match, Justin. These two had a beef they wanted to work out, and an exceptional match. Rob Van Dam defeated Canyon with a frog splash.
A decent little match right there. 93. Yeah, RVD matches having a lack of psychology. That's something we're not unfamiliar with. But RVD off his game is something we're not familiar with. That's pretty...
Sure.
Not a good day for RVD. Off his game. A little too high, some people would say.
Yeah, a little too high today.
Or sober. You may have...
Or maybe not high enough. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
Justin, speaking of the past, we've got the
Good
Outsiders.
Lord.
We got the Outsiders.
This is just a 1997 tribute show at this point.
We have the Outsiders taking on the Headbangers. And in a decent show, Hall and Nash defeat the Headbangers when Scott Hall pinned Mosh with a razor's edge.
Good fucking Lord.
And Shawn Michaels comes out. He wants to get a front row seat for this match. He wants to see who he's wrestling at Barely Legal for the World Championship. Everyone, put down below. Are you Team Hogan or are you Team Sting? Let us know down below. I'm dying to know.
Well, I'm team... I already know who wins, so I can't say anything. But I'm team. Let's have a good match here. I'm pulling for 100 here, Chad.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Got a 97. And this
Jesus
is why these two are still main
Christ.
eventing. And this is why these two are still main eventing. In an exceptional match, Justin, Sting defeats Hulk Hogan with a Scorpion Deathlock.
These guys are still going 4.5 years after the save. Jesus.
Justin, that means Sting. That means Sting is going to Barely Legal to wrestle Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. We're getting Sting HBK at Barely Legal.
Yes, and the two of them. Here's the thing, right?
It's gonna be a hell of a show.
Sting's celebrating. He's celebrating. The crowd's cheering, and Shawn Michaels is like doing that thing where he's like, it looks like he's gonna hit the kick. He's ready to go, and Sting turns, and Michaels literally fakes him out on a kick, smiles, looks at him, and says, "I could have." Then extends a hand
and kisses him.
Give Sting a handshake, right? And so Sting goes to like shake Shawn Michaels' hand, and instead he takes his hand and moves it up from a handshake to a too sweet. Continues to laugh, and then rolls out of the ring. Shawn Michaels, is he trying to get in the head of Sting here?
I don't know. This is probably a 94, Chad. I think 94. Maybe a 95. Yeah, that's what I figured.
95. Man, oh man. Are the good guys getting one more today, Justin? Only time will tell.
That's a very difficult for a TV show. That's a hard show to beat. It only took Hogan coming out of retirement for Chad to start winning. But hey, 97 is hard to beat. We'll see if SmackDown can do it. Looking at SmackDown's card, maybe.
This is the start of Hulk Hogan winning Wrestler of the Year. Just you.
Oh my God, I'll be sick to my fucking stomach. We'll see if for fucking SmackDown, where we won't have old dudes in the main event.
All right, we are here at SmackDown. Justin, you got to beat a 95.
It won't happen. Yeah, I think.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until SmackDown happens before I react.
I think this can pull out a 93. I think a 95. I can't. That main event, Hogan Sting. I don't think my main event is going to touch it. You had two main eventers. I have a main eventer and a recognizable guy. So maybe we'll see. Weirder things have happened, right, Chad?
Yeah, for sure.
If I tie with you, I'll be stoked, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's get into the show, though, Chad. Enough talk. Let's get into it.
Enough chit chat.
Oh my God.
Eric Angle.
Eric Angle got a 14.
Oh, good.
Pre-show about that had terrible wrestling. Silence defeated Eric Angle in 949 with the Amish bomb. Silence is what Eric Angle got when he entered the arena tonight. Eric Angle, brother of Kurt Angle. Brother of Kurt Angle.
Yeah, who is he here?
He got a 14. So, and then Rhino defeated King Ikea in 1013 with a pile driver. Rhino, slowly getting there. He's ready. He's almost ready, Chad. King Ikea was the pre-show champion, so maybe that makes Rhino pre-show champion next week and gives him a title shot. But we start off with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Chad, last week we saw Stone Cold lose to Mystico due to the Undertaker distracting him. The music came on, dong, and got him all of sorts. Not Eric Angle. Stone Cold calls him out. He says he's tired. He doesn't want to wait anymore. You know, he's ran out of beer, and he wants to kick some ass. And he doesn't get an answer. Oh, what? You're not gonna come out now, Taker? What? And then a video starts playing on the Titantron, Chad, and it's Taker riding his bike, and he has just landed. Or he's not landed. He's just arrived at the Staples Center, Chad. Stone Cold, I'm here at the Staples Center. and he takes there's a hooded object right there, right in front of him, and he takes the cover off of it, and it's a tombstone that reads Stone Cold Steve Austin. I came here to the Staples Center because this is your burial site. After I send you straight to hell at SummerSlam. Stone Cold, you pissed off the wrong dead man. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna piss on you. I mean, that's not what he meant to say. You're gonna rest in peace. Taker, Stone Cold, Hell in a Cell, Staples Center, SummerSlam, the match, the hype, the stipulation can't get any higher than this match. Who is going to walk out of hell still alive? Find out in 2 weeks, Chad. But first, we get a tag team match here. Chris Daniels and Yoshihiro Tajiri, the men that have to fight each other at SummerSlam, take on Aguila and Hayabusa. And a decent little match right here, 78. Chris Daniels pins Aguila with the last rites. Chris Daniels carrying the match right here. The two boys celebrate in the ring, and Daniels is celebrating, and Tajiri's getting ready to mist Chris Daniels. It looks like he's getting ready, and Daniels turns around and he doesn't do it. He says, "But I could have." And that's what Shawn Michaels did last week, and that's what I do to this week. I stole your gimmick, Chad.
You stole my gimmick.
I stole your gimmick. Could have. Rene Dupree and La Resistance are backstage. They're doing something. They're doing the French tickler.
The French tickler.
Yeah, that's Renee's little dance. That's what Taz would always call it, the French tickler. Oh, he's doing the little French tickler. Ooh la la.
Oh,
but
that's what they say.
That's what Taz would say back in 2004 SmackDown or Raw or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's Grenier and Dupree taking on Chavo and Latin Lover at the pay-per-view. A big match for these guys. They could become the youngest tag team champions in the world. Ric Flair is confronting Randy Savage. He's like, "What the hell happened last week?" All right. First, you leave the club with Elizabeth. And then after the match, you just leave the arena with her? What gives, Randy? You said you were done with her. You guys got a divorce. You finalized that. Randy or Rick, Elizabeth's been part of my life. Through the peak, through everything. WrestleMania. I carried her on my shoulder. I won the title with her. Seeing her here in the club again just brought back all those memories, Rick. And it's cool being back here with all the boys and seeing all these. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm still in love with Elizabeth, Rick. But she's gone now. The marriage is gone now, Rick. And you're the best friend I could ask for. I'm sorry for leaving you. Thank you. I got to go. What are you talking about, Randy? We got a match up next. Get it together. All right? I got something that'll make you forget Elizabeth. Well, and I'll show you after the match. Ric Flair. They have a big match over the NWO of Nova and Blue Meanie and get a big win. And then they go off in the limousine, Chad. John Cena is backstage and he's pumping iron and he's like, a few weeks ago, I got attacked by these men, if you can even call them that. Gangrel, Snitsky, Don Callis, Kane, and that silence. I don't even know who those three of those men are. Don Callis, I don't even know who you. No one knows who you are. But Kane, you're the big name of the game. And I'm calling your ass out. If you want to jump me in a 501, I want the head of the dragon. SummerSlam, Kane versus Cena. I'm going to slay the monster of what is the departed. And send your asses back to whatever companies you guys came from. And Kane, I'm going to send you straight to hell. Speaking of hell, Mike Awesome and Sting, WWF, Chad.
Oh, nice.
They have great chemistry.
It's the fake Sting.
It's the real Sting, the one who's fighting for the championship at Barely Legal. How is he doing double duty? That's unbelievable. Well, Mike Awesome.
You have a cease and desist in the mail.
Yeah, I won't answer my doorbell. Perry Saturn, Chad, is making his way down to the ring. Perry Saturn, former United States champion, making his way down to the ring. He's been off TV for a little bit, but he's back in action tonight. He's taking on floundering Gentlemen's Club member Diamond Dallas Page in a one-on-one match up next. And, unfortunately, there was an injury to this match which ruined it. But Perry Saturn wins in 14:52 with a Death Valley driver. But, unfortunately, he did not stretch and he did not do enough yoga as he sustained swivel hips.
No, not swivel hips.
Perry Saturn, even with swivel hips, an 86. So that happened. Thank you, Arn. What are swivel hips, Chad?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, Chad, do this promo. He's calling out Psychosis.
Psychosis! Psychosis, you small son of a bitch! It's a good thing you wear a mask, because trust me, I've seen your face. Oh man, children would be screaming. Families would be leaving this arena. Now you get to, all you hoochie mamas get to look at Big Papa Pump and look at what a real man is. Unlike that small pipsqueak Psychosis. And Psychosis, he's gonna be a little bitch. And I bet at SummerSlam, I'm gonna make him my bitch when I go syndicate on his ass. That's right. I don't give a damn if I'm allowed to say it or not. I'm gonna go syndicate on his ass, and I'm gonna beat his ass and take his belt. And that's not a work. That's a shoot. That's a Steiner shoot.
Hey, Scott Steiner Psychosis at SummerSlam. It's gonna be a hell of a match. Oh my fucking God, these injuries are killing me.
Oh.
All right, let's see how long a damaged shoulder is out for.
Oh no.
And about that, I had good wrestling on decent reaction from the crowd. Clyde Flanders, the #1 contender to Booker T United States Championship, beats Great Sasuke in 15:29 with a pile driver. This match should have done a lot better. They got a 78 and a 70. But unfortunately, Clyde Flanders damaged his shoulder, which is going to make this promo up next make even more sense. Because after the match, Eric Bischoff comes out. And he's got Jeff Jarrett with him. And he says, Clyde Flanders, last week we had a #1 contendership match for the United States Championship. It was yourself and Jeff Jarrett going one-on-one, the winner to take on Booker T at SummerSlam. Now, I run a tight and fair ship on Friday Night SmackDown, and after reviewing the tape, I saw Booker T untie Jeff Jarrett's laces. I'm not going to have that here in my show. I'm not going to have that here on my brand. So I, unfortunately, have to reverse the decision last week. Jeff Jarrett is the new winner of that last match, and Jeff Jarrett will be going on to SummerSlam to take on Booker T. What a turn of events, Chad.
A turn of events.
Jeff Jarrett is now the new winner of last week's match and will take on Booker T at SummerSlam. Clyde Flanders.
What a Ted Turner event.
Wow. We move on to our Kid Cash, baby. Kid Cash. He's getting ready. He's almost healthy enough to be back. And at SummerSlam, he makes his return. He's sending out, this is him sending out invites. You know, he's doing his, remember like graduation as a senior, you'd put on your little senior pictures on your grad card things and you'd send them out. That's what he's doing here. Yeah. This is his open house.
Senior pictures?
Yep.
his grad party.
He's graduating at SummerSlam. Eddie, Latin Lover, and Chavo Guerrero getting warmed up backstage. Eddie is in the main event up next, Chad, and he's taking on La Parka. That's the main event to compete with Sting and Hogan. Eddie and La Parka.
Eddie and La Parka.
96 for the boys. Yeah. Oh wow, they have pretty good chemistry. All right, let me write that down. Still at a 79 though. But Eddie Guerrero defeats Laparca in 2004 with a frog splash. Laparca looked good in this match. Is the takeaway from this? Eddie just could not put him away. Laparca looking good. 20 minutes lasting with a former champion. After the match, Eddie grabs the microphone. He says, Renee, Savan, Rob Conway, any other French fucker that wants to come into this company at SummerSlam, the Guerreros will reign supreme. And that's how we end the show. The non-wrestling segment thing.
Oh, wow.
I forgot. I didn't do that last angle put me over the limit. Well.
One more for the good guys.
I don't think that would have beat you anyway.
Yeah, Thunder's gonna be not even the worst show of the week.
Yeah, that is on me. I do that every once in a while where I don't look at the ratio of matches to angles. Unfortunately, that one cost me. I didn't think I was beating it anyway, but that's no excuse. This should have been a better show. Remember when I did that on Mania? I forgot to look at that, and I got like a 66. I haven't had a less than 100 since, though, so. Damn. All right, well, hey, that shit happens. That's like the 4th time it's happened to me. It'll happen again. We'll see you for Thunder. Can Chad beat a 75?
I hope so. And we are here with Thunder, Justin. Listen, I go into these pretty confident, but a pretty tall order this week, Justin. We got to beat a 75. It's gonna be tough. Let's see if we can do it. Justin, what is this? Shannon Moore.
Off to a great start. Shannon Moore's back.
They start the show off, and Shannon Moore comes out, and everyone's like, what's Shannon Moore doing here? And he says, that's right, everyone. This is right. Don't adjust your television sets. Shannon Moore, the former world heavyweight champion, is back. But here's the thing. I overcame a life-threatening injury. People didn't think I'd ever be able to walk again, let alone wrestle. People said it would be a career-ending injury, and I came back in a month. I am a fighter. I am a hero that each and every one of you should strive to be like one day. And everyone's booing. He says, so I come back. I get medically cleared. I walk into the office of Billy Kidman, and I say, stop the presses. I don't give a damn about Sting versus Michaels. I want my rematch. He says, I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I already booked the match. It can be Shawn Michaels versus Sting, but I'm so happy to be you're back. But don't worry, because I know I can find a spot for you on. And I said, find a spot. You shouldn't have to find me a spot. You should give me the spot. You should give me the biggest spot, because I am the best wrestler in this company. And he says, I'm sorry, Shannon Moore, but you aren't being... I got bumped by Sting. That's ridiculous. So I told him, if you don't book me to face Shawn Michaels at Barely Legal, then I'm walking out and I'm leaving Nitro. And he said, well, if you feel that way, then I guess have fun back at Thunder. And no one pushes me around. And I said, fine. And then I come here and I try to find Sylvester Stallone. And I say, oh, I'm so happy to be home. Thank you. What are you going to do to fix this? And he says, I'm not in charge anymore either. So now this punk-ass Billy Kidman screwed me on not one, but 2 shows. And I'm sick of it. So I came here to Thunder to say that I'm not leaving this ring until I get what I'm owed. And then Steven Regal comes out. He says, Shannon Moore, nobody gives a rat's ass about anything you have to say. So I'm happy you came back from injury. I never like to see anyone lose their championship due to injury. You're just like Samoa Joe. You came back early. Hopefully he can come back early. But regardless, Shannon Moore, you need to get your bloody ass out of this ring. Because if you don't, I'm going to kick your ass and kick you out of the ring myself. You're not going to be in the world title. And that sucks, but that's life. You overcome life. I know what it's like to overcome all kinds of obstacles. I've done it my whole life. Now get the hell out, he says. How about you make me? And Regal says, if you want to fight, then fine. Let's fight. I'll go in there and I'll kick your ass right now. And he goes in there and he gets in the ring and Shenamore rolls out and he says, I'll fight you on my time. I'll see you in the main event. That's where I belong, in the main event. And Regal says, if you want to fight me in the main event, then fine. I would love to wrestle you tonight and send a statement to Goldberg. After I tap out one former world champion at Barely Legal, I'm going to do the same thing again. Listen, Moore is back from injury. And he's not a big fan of Kidman.
Yeah, sorry, you. Oh, yeah. You were all robot-y that whole promo.
Oh no.
So, hopefully it gets.
That's not good. You want me to give you a summarized version of the promo? Just in case
No, we got to figure something out with your internet. Is what's going on.
Well, we'll listen back to the recording and we'll see. Am I still robot-y?
Let's keep going.
All right. Sylvester Stallone joins the commentary table. John.
Maybe I was losing it. Maybe you just sound robot-y, but you're not. I don't know.
Maybe we'll see. Sylvester Stallone joins the announce table, and then Justin, we've got Johnny Devine and new WCW newcomers Champagne in the ring, and they're taking on the team of Matt Hardy and Abyss.
Yeah, why? Champagne and Devine almost outperformed Abyss and Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're laughing.
Well.
Here's what I'm thinking. These guys are so not over. If they're getting 50s now, imagine if you actually push them. They're decent in the ring already. Imagine if they get to popularity levels like these guys are at. These guys could be main event stars. I know you don't want to push a guy that looks like that named Champagne, but I'm pushing Clyde Flanders, brother. It's an alternate universe. You can do whatever you want.
Right. Matt Hardy and Abyss. Abyss stands there, looking menacing, of course. And Matt Hardy, he says, even though we didn't win the match last week to become number one contenders, that's okay. Because at the end of the day, Matt Hardy found something more important than a championship. He found a best friend. I see Abyss, and a lot of people see a monster. But underneath that monster, I see a man who I love like a brother. So Abyss, I asked to team with you tonight, and I'm going to keep having your back. Me and you, we're going to climb this ladder all the way to the top. Me and you. And he goes and gives Abyss a hug, and Abyss looks at him. And then Matt slowly backs away. Yeah, Justin. Matt Hardy's on a new best friend in Abyss.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we've got Grandmaster Sexay taking on Shark Boy in a decent match. Shark Boy defeats Grandmaster Sexay with the Sharkarana, Justin.
What you know about the Sharkarana, Chad?
I know it beat Grandmaster Sexay. And Justin, speaking of moves that put people away, and about that had good wrestling, and decent action from the crowd, Juventud defeat Drago with a 450 splash.
Juventud has a gimmick that's getting stale.
Oh, we're going to have to change his gimmick. And Justin, we have... Oh, man, he only got a 70. Oh, I guess because of shenanigans. Raven versus Shamrock, and in a superb match, Justin. And Shamrock defeated Raven by blatantly cheating.
Yeah, this is a very... This might not be the 75.
Might not. But it's okay, because we had the best show of the week, so it doesn't matter if And Owen and Raven and Owen Hart, they get in the ring after the match. Shamrock and Vader are laughing, and Raven says, "You know what, Shamrock? If you try that shit again in a tag team title match, you'll be disqualified and you'll lose the belt. You tap me out once, I'd love to see you do it again. How about this? How about this? You want to try to tap me out again? You want to try to tap out Raven? One more time, Raven and Owen taking on Tap Out Crew for the tag titles. The only reason you beat us is because of is by disqualification. So you know what? I'd love to see you do it again. Vader, Shamrock, if you beat Raven and Owen Hart, if you beat us, I will never, ever get in Tap Out's way again, but I'm so confident that you will lose to Raven and Owen Hart. Speaking of tag teams, Justin, on the rise, we've got Ray J taking on the Courageous Dragons, and in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio defeated Evan Courageous and Dragon Kid when AJ pinned Dragon Kid with a spinal tap.
This was a match.
That was a match.
This was a match. I'm telling you, just. Oh boy.
And Jeff Hardy is cutting a promo. He's got his television championship, and he says, "I don't know who I'm wrestling at the pay-per-view, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna do what I do best, which is wrestle." And you know what? Next week, Billy Kidman, I want you to come out here and tell me who I'm wrestling at the pay-per-view.
Does he come out?
Oh, he's not next week, is it? And our main event of the night, Justin, Steven Regal versus Shannon Moore in a bout that had great wrestling and great heat. Steven Regal defeated Shannon Moore when Shannon Moore was disqualified because during the match, Goldberg just ran in and speared Steven Regal.
Yeah. Wow, what the hell's Goldberg doing?
And then Shannon Moore, he gets in Goldberg's face. He says, I don't need your help. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe. And then Goldberg just fucking jackknife powerbomb Shannon Moore.
At 80. That's
80.
squeaked out an 80. In what fucking world is that an 80?
Oh, and an 80.
Oh, that was a terrible Thunder.
Thank God we had the Raven and Owen Hart promo.
Chad, that was awful.
That was great. What are you talking about?
I mean this as a friend. Sylvester needs to get off commentary. His color commentary ruined most of those matches.
All right, well, we'll take him off and we'll find something else for him to do.
Fire him.
Maybe he can just manage.
Yeah, maybe. Or you can just get rid of him and cut some money off your books.
Also,
God knows you need it. We'll see you for episode 23, Chad.
We will see you for episode 23, Justin.